Secretary Fortunato de la Peña of the Department of Science and Technology, the members of the Scientific Career Council, Dr. Academician Eufemio Rasco Jr., Dr. Ramon Rizal, and also the representative of the National Academician Group, Dr. Rogelio Pandasiki, all the members of the scientific community, those scientists who will be conferred their ranks and those that will be upgraded, the families of the scientists are also with us. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year po sa inyong lahat. First, it's always been an honor to be with you in the midst of scientists in the country. You know, if I remember it right, the first time I joined the Scientific Career System Council, I didn't realize that the Civil Service Commission was the co-chair. Because at the time it was being represented by one of our commissioners. And my first interaction with scientist group was when I was with ASEAN, when there is a science and technology sector that was originating under the socio-cultural community. And at the time, I said to myself, when I get back to the Philippines, I think I should be more involved in the area of science and technology. And through reform, when I came back to the Philippines, I was appointed as the chairperson of the Civil Service Commission. So that's my story why I got to be part of the scientific career system. And I always believe that the scientists in the country are the ones that shape the directions, how we make government service delivery more efficient, and at the same time addressing the very core of the needs of the Filipino people. Why am I saying this? Because more often than not, the ones who have been conferred scientist rank are those people who are making a difference in finding out what are the new technologies on how to best variety of rice in the midst of climate change. And then what are the things that need to be done to make sure that our productivity in the agriculture will be sustained. For example, those that have been able to find out how to eradicate pests in the coconut industry. And more so when I came in, there are a number of scientists who were conferred the annual Honor Awards program of the Civil Service Commission, and one of which is the Presidential Lincoln Bayan Awards. And the first time I was in Malacanang in 2015, and I do remember it was in November 2015. Then President Aquino, that's where it said, I'm very happy, Chair, that you are now recognizing the works of the scientists. Because more often than not, they are unrecognized and they become invisible to the eyes of the Filipino people. And from that time on, I think Dr. Jorge is one of them, the recent ELB in 2018. And the rest, I must tell you that this year, we have at least there's a group from DOST-STII, the ones who did the BT project, and then there's from Phil Rice and among others, the one who also initiated the dengue kit that is now being used by the different hospitals because of the re-emergence of dengue in the country. And so to my mind, your role in the realization of ambition natin 2040 is also driven by the role of scientists. Under the Philippine Development Plan for 2017 to 2022, one of the pillars is about pagbabago. And pagbabago talks about the role of science and technology in making development strides in the government should be realized. It's about finding new ways of doing things, technologies, inventions, and the like. And so therefore, this is also supported by the other pillar. While there is the pagbabago, we also have the malasakit. And this is where you as public servants contribute to the realization of malasakit. What does it mean to become a malasakit under the pillar of the Philippine Development Plan? It's about people-centered. And I know that everything that you do, it's about how to make sure that the Filipino people's lives become better, not only today, but in the next generations to come. And this morning, I was also invited by the Philippine Children's Medical Center to confer the graduation, the graduation rights of their pediatricians in different specialty. And one of the things that I noticed about neurology, etc., and I said, I challenge all of you here that one day, I'd like to see one or two or more should be awarded the Scientist Award, I said. And through the form, the Deputy Executive Director came to me when I left. I said, I have to leave. Immediately delivered the message because I said I have to run to PICC. And then he approached me, Chair, what does it take to become a scientist and be awarded? And I said, madali lang po yun. That was through the conversation while he was bringing me down. He said, ang hirap na mag-alamo. Sabi niya sa akin. Well, ang sabi ko naman, alam niyo sa tingin ko, bakit mahirap? Because it takes a discipline and it takes a professional person to be able to pursue to become a scientist in the country. And if I do remember last year when you made the presentation, the number of scientists between Israel and the Philippines, it's like a drop in the bucket, remember? When you said there about, it's like per population of 1,000, there's a scientist in Israel. In the Philippines, if you look at, I'm very happy that for the first time we've seen the active number of scientists in the council. It was published in the Philippine Inquirer. I think all of you must have given a copy. So, congratulations po sa inyo lahat. So, to all the members of the Scientific Council and to those who are supportive to the search and the conferment of scientist rank to selected few. Sabi nga nila, many are called, but few are chosen. And for those who will be chosen and be conferred as scientists, I take my hats off to you because you are a special breed. And for those who have been awarded or conferred the scientist ranks previously, you deserve to be recognized. And one way is, I hope that in the next round of search, SecBoy, I challenge the different heads of agencies, please nominate these scientists to the search for outstanding government officials and employees in government in 2020. And the search will start sometime in March, and it will end before the celebration of the 120th Civil Service Anniversary next year. So 120 years na po tayo in public service. So sa inyo pong lahat, isang magandang hapon at ang panalangin ko ay dun sa mga scientists, sana huwag kayong aalis. Kailangan ng ating bansa ang gagaya nyo. Kasi alam ko, ng mga nakaraang taon, umaalis sila dahil yung kanilang benefits are not comparable. But ako, ang tingin ko, scientists make people's lives easier. You determine the future of the country. And what can you offer to the being love of the country is your service to the